What's up, guys? I'm randomfrankp, back with episode 192 of Room Tour Project, the series where we show off some of the best gaming setups to give you some ideas and inspirations for your own setup. I know I kept you waiting a bit, it's been a few weeks, don't worry, the series isn't dead, it's back. We're just switching it up with some other content, literally, episode 3 is switching it up. So, we're back with Room Tour Project. If you see anything you like, I'll have it all listed for you in the description down below, so you can check it out. But let's kick off episode 192. This episode is brought to you by the Corsair Virtuoso RGB wireless gaming headset. With 50mm drivers and a frequency range double that of typical gaming headsets, you are getting outstanding quality and premium build quality. This headset also has slipstream, making the connection to your PC blazing fast, while also providing one of the best microphones on a gaming headset on the market. To check it out, I'll put a link for you in the description down below. First up, we have Kei U with the setup with a view, starting off the episode strong with a hell of a good rhyme. Regardless, but that massive, that huge just window there set up right in front of it, just gotta be real cool to overlook all that. So checking it out, he's going with the single display on the relatively smaller desk here to save space. It's a 27-inch from ViewSonic, and I'm digging the custom wallpaper configuration, most likely with rain meter and stuff like that. Now, checking out his peripherals, the keyboard is the An Pro 2 wireless mechanical keyboard with those pudding keycaps for that RGB glow. The mouse is the Logitech G502 Lightspeed wireless, and I'm really digging this extended mouse pad he has that has RGB and wireless Qi charging built in. Pretty cool. Then as for audio, his headset is Logitech G933 Artemis Spectrum with this little kind of moon lamp, if you will. Over to the PC, this is the NZX, the H510 case, and inside that Intel i7 6700K CPU with the AIGO, however you want to say it, T240 Icy AIO. Got 16 gigs of Trident Z RGB RAM on a gigabyte motherboard with the Zotac GTX 1080 Ti graphics card. Looking really nice and clean on the inside, props for the nice build. And then right next to the setup is a nice little entertainment center spot for, console gaming and stuff like that. See the Switch, the PS4, Xbox, all that there on the 46-inch Sharp TV. So a really cool little gaming corner he has going on, and again, just a killer view. This is pretty dope, my man. Next up is Broberg, and holy Lord, this is nice all across the board. This is, first off, a completely custom-made desk. So, for everybody wondering where you can buy that, Marvel, you can't because he custom-made it, so props for that. And the really clean triple monitor mounting job. Looks like it's floating, great job on cable management. And behind all three of the displays, he has the Ambilight to extend the colors that's going on his screen, to add that, back lighting behind it, which is going along to whatever he's watching or gaming. This is a really cool job, hooked up to an Arduino kit. I actually did a video on this in 2014, maybe even 2013, I don't know. A long time ago before I was even doing tech reviews, and it is, as you can see, pretty dope. So let's actually get into the beef of the things. I can just ramble on about how cool this looks all day. For those three monitors, they are each the Lenovo ThinkVision P24Q, so they're 24 inches apiece. And man, just look at that desk. Can you build me one? This is crazy. Now down to the peripherals for his keyboard, it's the Logitech K740 with the Logitech G502, and his headphones over there in the corner, the Sennheiser R175 wireless. Down to the PC, inside the Fractal Meshify C case is an AMD Ryzen 2700X CPU with the Asus ROG Strix 470F motherboard, 16 gigs of Trident Z RGB RAM, and a PowerColor Red Dragon RX 580 graphics card. Usually, I would be opposed to putting the PC on the ground, but since you have a gorgeous desk like this that is just insane, I would also put this underneath. So, Broberg, my bro, this is a crazy gaming setup that is just like something you would dream about. Now we've got M.S.Games with the RGB all around here. And what's really cool about this is it features pixels pretty much everywhere, because that is a massive 49-inch Samsung monitor for the main display. And there's also that one on the left side, the vertical 25-inch ultra-wide from LG. Got the crazy RGB PC, the Nanoleaf Aurora light panels on the wall behind it, and this is just straight up color. Now, checking out the peripherals for the keyboard, this is the Massdrop Alt, which has Zealios V2 switches and some nice artisans and stuff as well. That's going along with the glorious PC Gaming Race Model O mouse on the Godspeed RGB mousepad by Novelkeys. And then for audio, we have the Corsair Void Pro RGB wireless headset with the Corsair ST100 RGB headset stand. Then like clockwork, over to the RGB PC. This is the Corsair 570X RGB crystal case. It inside an Intel i7 9700K CPU with the Corsair H115i Pro RGB AIO with 32 gigs of Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB RAM on the Asus Prime Z390A motherboard and the MSI RTX 2080 Gaming X Trio graphics card. Hell of a build, hell of a setup, mixed with all the terms like the RGB and Pro. That's marketing for you. But if I were to think of RGB Pro in my head, this is a setup that would pretty much come to mind. Coming in hot is Alan P with the triple monitor setup that somehow still manages to look very organized and clean. So big props for that, and there is a lot of really cool stuff going on here. So for his main display, it is a Samsung CRG9. Yes, a 49-inch ultra-wide, which is what we just saw in the last setup, but it doesn't even look that big here. So that gives you, an idea of the scale of how big this setup is. The overhead is a 49-inch 4K LG TV, and the vertical monitor on the left side is a 34-inch ultra-wide from LG. Man, oh man. Good job on the cable management as well as the mounting job overall. Down to the peripherals, the keyboard is the EagleTech KG011 with the Razer DeathAdder mouse on a glorious extended mousepad. For audio, he has the Bose Companion 3 series speakers you could see in the back, and what's not pictured is the ATH M50X headphones. Now, over to the PC, the Fantex Enthoo Lux case. We have an Intel i7 4790K CPU with the Corsair H100i GTX AIO, 16 gigs of HyperX Fury RAM on an MSI Z97S Crate Edition motherboard, and an EVGA GTX 1080 Ti superclocked graphics card, going for that all clean white icy build. And to show some of his other hobbies in his setup, right behind it is this massive case showing off all these collector's edition, figures and stuff like that. So tons and tons of figures here on display, looking really cool in those cases, as well as a separate, area of the house for his other collection of shoes, which looks nuts as well. So for a gaming room, you have the crazy awesome looking gaming setup with tons of figures right behind it, plus the shelves on each side of the setup, a nice bay window, and damn, Alan is bringing the heat. Then last but not least is a very unique setup that goes all out with the dedication to that war theme. Got the camo, the helmets, the masks, the guns. Cartier, we could say, is pumped for some Modern Warfare coming out. Less than a week, and he's gonna be playing that. There's just no BS going on here. When he sits down to game, he is 100% locked in. And again, it's the dedication here. You love to see it. You love to see it. For the display, it is, yet again, the Samsung CRG90, another 49-inch ultra-wide. I don't plan this, it just happens. For the peripherals, kind of tough to see, but it's the Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard with a special GI branding there, with the Razer DeathAdder Chroma mouse, more of that camo netting to fit in with the theme, and it all continues even over to the PC, which looks straight out of a camp itself. This is the Corsair Vengeance C70 case, and inside it has an Intel i7 7600K CPU with the EnerMax T40 cooler, 32 gigs of ADATA XPG Z1 RAM, an Asus ROG Strix B250F motherboard, and the MSI RTX 2070 Ventus GPU. The gas mask, the phone, just little things that you add to it just really helps, contribute to that theme. Even underneath for his footrest, it's an ammo case. Come on, Who else is doing this much attention to detail? So I said it before and I'll say it again, dedication. 110%. This is one of the best, themed setups that just goes all in, and it literally makes you feel like you're in a military camp. You're in a shelter somewhere in the heat of a battle, just trying to game, and that's just the overall experience that I'm, feeling from here. So, good job, man. Alright guys, that'll wrap it up for episode 192 of Room Tour Project. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget, check the links in the description down below for all the gear and hardware you saw, plus some very simple instructions on how to submit your setup if you want to be considered in a future episode of Room Tour Project. Check the links down below for it all. Feel free to hit me up and follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp, and last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.